So a very, very warm welcome to all of you today on a Friday evening. This time we are having our Moolah webinar on a Friday instead of a Sunday. We'll obviously like to hear from you whether Friday works better. But today Saraswati wasn't free on a Sunday, and so we thought we'll do it on a Friday because I really wanted her to be here for us for this lovely presentation and topic on unblocking and unlocking your money blocks. Saraswati, I will be talking about Saraswati a little bit more about who she is, what she does, but a little bit more. So in terms of the structure of the presentation, the way we do it is we begin with a short presentation about Moolah, followed by my introduction about Saraswati, and then I hand over the stage to Saraswati for this lovely, lovely topic on unlocking your money blocks. So let's get the stage rolling. So a very, very quick introduction about Moolah for people who already don't know about Moolah. I'm sure a lot of you already do because you have been a part of the program. But yes, the program has now undergone a change too. So for those of you who have been here also, you should know that we have now undergone a little bit of a change in the program structure. So yes, Moolah for Women is a financial freedom platform for women by women. There is no more reason to fear because financial literacy is no longer something to be scared of. Moolah is a financial literacy and a wealth enhancing platform with a special focus on women. We have a unique approach of making finance simple, fun, and jargon free to kickstart your wealth journey and so that you can feel competent and confident to navigate your financial life. Who is Moolah for? Moolah is for kids, young adults, working professionals, homemakers, retired women, and entrepreneurs. So whoever it is, this platform is for you. We have a tribe of over 1,000 women, and Moolah has impacted more than 4,000 women from across the world in the 3.5, 4 years that we have been here now. The Moolah impact for the women has been shifting their mindsets to make them more in charge, worthy, deserving, empowering them to become equal stakeholders in financial decision making, supporting them to make them a part of the community of like-minded women, and transforming them to become competent and confident to take charge of their finances. Moolah has also impacted kids. We've done several workshops for kids from the age of 8 years all the way to young adults, age of 25 years, increasing their understanding about money, starting them early so that they can begin well, providing them with an environment so that they can ask the right questions, and empowering them to be confident in managing their money. At Moolah, we also curate webinars and workshops for various corporates and organizations and women-centric forums. And these are some of the organizations that we have presented for, amongst others. I think we have quite a few missing here, but that's fair. What is Moolah offering? Be the artist of your own life, paint your own picture. The Moolah Wealthy program is a 3-month program designed specially for women to increase their financial intelligence so that they move away from their traditional investing options like FDs, gold, and all the other things, and master their own thing and become a self-made millionaire. So the whole idea now behind Moolah is that each woman should aim to become a self-made millionaire. We also do one-on-one advisory, which can be with a financial expert. We also have, workshops for target groups. Like I just said, we hold workshops depending on what you want for your target audience. A little bit of an introduction about me. I have an MBA with 30 years of experience. I am passionate about financially empowering women, and my co-founder is Ritu, who's my dear friend and also has 30 years of experience. She's been an organic farmer and is passionate about transforming the lives of women like me. We invite guest speakers every month, just like we have invited Saraswati this month, to talk on various topics, which are either related to finance, mindset building, business and entrepreneurship, book reviews, economic awareness, and women empowerment. We also collaborate with trusted partners so that you can start acting upon your knowledge that you have acquired. So yes, we have partnered with people who are into investing, insurances, legal issues, wills, tax planning, financial planning, and more. And as we talk, we were just having a conversation about how everybody should be making their wills, and on the Moolah community chat. And that's something which is now we're hoping that more and more women are now going to start making their wills. This is some of the things which have been talked about by various people about Moolah. I'm not going to get into it. Of course, they've increased their knowledge, feel confident and more, and their structure around money has improved. You can join the Moolah program by contacting me straight on this number, which is a WhatsApp number, or you can email to us at contact@moolahforwomen.com. So that's very quickly about us. And with that, I am delighted to have all of you here once again. And Saraswati, thank you for being here. I'll introduce Saraswati to all of you. Saraswati Ponkia is an internationally certified work-life harmony coach and trauma healer, a spiritual teacher and a speaker, helping individuals to break free from their pains, past traumas, and self-sabotaging patterns from the roots, so that they get to experience more peace, love, and joy in their lives. Having over 25 plus years of experience in spirituality and her modern neuroscience education, she's developed her neurosomatic healing therapy and has worked one-on-one with more than 300 people across the globe. Her approach towards life and teaching is very simple and straightforward, as she believes in the infinite potential of everyone. The only limits that people have are of their own. Her motto is simple: live your life to the fullest, having and experiencing the freedom from inside out. So join her on her mission to help heal people and raise the collective consciousness of humanity. That's beautifully said, Saraswati. And I am so excited to have you here. And I'm sure that this is a very, very important topic, because each of us, in some way or the other, do have money blocks, whether we know of them or not, which does limit our potential. And if you could today help us with how we can unlock some of these money blocks for ourselves and live a life of abundance and if I may say so, of prosperity, and I wish we can thrive in our lives, right? And like I said, become self-made millionaires. So over to you, Saraswati.
Thank you so much, Meeta, for the lovely introduction and having this Moolah community and a platform for women to achieve financial freedom and empowerment that you are doing as well. So that's it's an honor and privilege to be here. I welcome everyone over here from across the globe. And thank you so much for being here. And I'm going to start my presentation. So if everyone is able to see this presentation, then give me a thumbs up, please. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. So today's session is on unlock your money blocks, and hosting partner Moolah. Now, a little bit about me. Already Meeta has mentioned. So this is very briefly all things coming over here. 25 years of experience in ancient and modern spiritual science, internationally certified yoga trainer, and also master coach in neurotransformational therapy. And I've done my MBA with market branding and marketing communications. I've had 3 previous businesses also, and I am calling myself as a spiritualist, an artist, and expressionist.
Can I intervene here to say that Saraswati was my business coach too? She has, before this, been my business coach, and she helped me do my websites, and she helped me do a lot of understanding of how should I grow my own business before she transformed into becoming now a spiritual teacher. So she wears many hats.
Thank you so much, Meeta. Very kind of you. And talk about my story in a very short nutshell as well. I have had chronic anxiety and stress for more than 10 years, which I was also not aware about. And I'm so proud and honored here. My coach herself, Diane Sassano, she is also here, who have helped me overcome those challenges while we work together. I also suffered from PTSD because of the family financial situation that happened 7 years back. And that is also why this topic, money blocks, and kind of why it is important for us to talk about is, I feel it is so much relevant in today's time also, where we are not aware about certain pieces in our life. And so I'm happy that I have overcome those challenges so far in my life. I've also suffered from I'm not good enough, self-worth issues, limiting beliefs, a lot more. Despite I was confident on the outside world, I had all these limiting beliefs within me, and that were always stopping me to move ahead. And I would like to say that, yeah, achieving the potential that we all have, the infinite potential, right? So those are the blocks that are there. I have suffered myself also in the past, people pleasing issue, big time I had. And also after working with Meeta, I had 18 plus months of procrastination in my business as well. And that was a waking up time for me. So that's a huge journey, I would say, the challenges. I'm not someone like, I'm a very human person. I've gone through the challenges. I had my issues, and I have been healing them, I would say. And it's a very beautiful journey. I'm so proud of myself. Within 1 year, the absolutely quantum leap has happened in my life. Okay, so all the positive things are here: healing and everything, financial abundance, self and family relationships. I am leading with courage, compassion, very much confident in every way possible now. And that is really huge. Consistently operating in my business with fun and flow, living a harmonious life, and with love, joy, and peace. And that's why the harmony, the work-life harmony, is something that I'm so much connected with. Why should you listen to me also? Like, yeah, what's my kind of the credibility, right? So rather than the certifications and all, I believe in more about my clients' success stories and their testimonies. So I've listed all, but I'm not going to go into too much. But regarding the money and everything, these are so many people that I've worked with, and especially with the money blocks, there are when I've worked with them, of course, within a short span of time working on a one-on-one level. So yeah, so when I had worked with Monica, she had money blocks. She was a spiritual business coach as well, and she did not know about all these things. And after working with me, she had the ability, she felt confident, and a lot of things have removed from her subconscious. And that is a very beautiful journey that we have taken together. A lot of breakthroughs. This is about, I'm not able to be successful. This is also breakthroughs, a lot, kind of the testimonials are there. Now, I'm not getting into that right now, but let's start with the today's agenda. Very simple. What was mentioned in the masterclass subject matter itself. What are money blocks? Why are you self-sabotaging your financial freedom despite we have the intention to create wealth for ourselves and our family? What are the root causes of these blocks and patterns? Number one, secret to overcome these blocks once and for all. And 3 easy to follow tools to break free from this money blocks. How to get long lasting results in your life. And at the end, question answer, I would love to have them. So if you have any questions during the session itself, please type in the chat and keep it aside so that we can take them at the end of the session, where you have understood a lot of things during this session as well. And of course, if you are watching the replay anywhere on the social media, you are also welcome to post your questions in the comments or wherever possible, and Meeta or me will come back to you for those questions also. Money blocks and self-sabotaging patterns. So what do we understand by money blocks, right? Let's break it down with respect to a very simple one, like blocks. So what happens? There is something on the other side. Okay, let me just share as well. There is something on the other side that we want to have, right? But we have some kind of the barrier or a block or a hurdle which is stopping us to get to there or have that particular thing. In this case, we are talking about money. In other cases, it might be relationship, or it might be happiness, or whatever that you are thinking about your business or anything, right? So these are like the money blocks in a way where despite we want to have them, we know consciously, and I want to refer to these two concepts here, conscious and unconscious. Consciously, we are talking here, you are listening to me here, and we are all present, right? And that is what the consciousness is. Like consciously, we want to have wealth, we want to have money, but unconsciously, somehow we are doing everything or anything not to have that, right? And that is kind of a signal for us that we have a block. There is something going on, and we want to be aware about it. Okay, so this is one piece of it, money blocks that we call, which are subconsciously a block itself. And we are going in the opposite direction of to this particular money tree that we want. And self-sabotaging patterns are what? These are the patterns where consciously, again, we want the things, but we are taking certain actions or behaviors that are opposite to what we want. And I want to ask you also, like, what kind of money blocks or what kind of patterns do you recognize in your day-to-day life with respect to money, abundance, or wealth that you can connect with? I'm going to share a few of the examples, and this is an interactive one that I want to keep it. So I've not added too much of the things on the PPT, okay? Type in the chat what kind of money blocks or self-sabotaging patterns that you experience, which we can definitely take in the question answer as well. For example, I know with respect to me, money block was a very big one. Like, I am not able to make money. For the longest period of time in my career, I had that. Like, I'm not worthy of earning money, more money. I'm not going to be successful. And self-sabotaging patterns were also like, I want to save money, but I'm not saving money. Okay, it is going in some other ways. It's in the spending kind of the way. So what kind of patterns are you able to recognize from your own journey? So let me, yes,
So,
procrastination, big time. Yes, 100%. And if you can be a little bit specific, what about procrastination? Is it saving money, investing money? Is it what kind of procrastination are you referring to? That would be great. Slowly coming out of the money blocks. Thanks to you. Thank you. Ronak is one of my clients as well. And he is here. Thank you so much for sharing. How do I make money if I can't? Blah, blah, blah. Always an excuse. Yeah, right? So we have that kind of thing. Excuses or the unhealthy patterns, I would say, right? We know that it's like that notion के हमारे पैर पे कुल्हाड़ी मारते हैं हम, वो हिंदी में कहावत है ना, राइट? वी आर डूइंग दैट काइंड ऑफ अ थिंग. हमें पता है कि हमें करना है लेकिन हम नहीं करते हैं. सो दैट इज काइंड ऑफ द सेल्फ sabotage that we are doing to ourselves unconsciously. Again, subconsciously, those are the things that are coming up and they are driving our behavior and actions. Okay, I'm not getting started with my investments and procrastinating and just trying to gather more and more information. Yes, lovely. So this is also again a kind of the pattern. Procrastinating, being financially independent. Yes. So those, thank you so much for sharing all these things as well here. And some more, if you can think about from your day-to-day life,
said, I'm
of
not
course.
worthy. Archana has written, I'm not worthy. Elsa has written, my procrastination is investing money. What want to do it but have an excuse. So always some excuses. And these are patterns which I think a lot of us have. It's not just Elsa or Archana or probably, you know, if people who are saying it here, but I think even I have it to some extent, despite the fact that I myself am a financial coach. So absolutely.
Yes, we all have, we are human beings and we are always healing. We are always overcoming the blockages, the hurdles where we are also living and growing in our life, right? So it's not something like, कि हाँ, एक बार कर दिया तो हो गया. Once it is done, it is done. Every time you are growing, every time you are taking a step into your success and achievement and going further in your life, more things are going to come out from the subconsciousness for the healing purposes. Okay, so remember that whatever is coming out, whatever these blocks are, they are for good. I want to say that they are not bad. So accept that as well, that is for you to overcome certain things, that is for you to heal certain pieces. And now we are going to go into the why those blocks and self patterns are there. Okay,
Some of
so
the
that
other
is the
things
must thing.
Saraswati people have said is
Yeah.
putting others' needs before myself. I took very low salary. Even now, asking for raise of money is difficult, right? For me, though I do so much. So yes, all those are absolute valid blocks that each of us do have in our lives. And of course, Saraswati, like you just said, that was so beautiful, that it's good to have blocks because these blocks are telling you now that how you need to overcome them, right? Because once you are aware of your blocks, you can overcome them. Beautiful.
Yes, 100%. And as you mentioned, Archana, asking for the raise and working at a low salary, that is also a self-sabotaging pattern of people pleasing, right? You are not able to ask for the money that you are worth of, and you are continuously just getting into that people pleasing mode. As I mentioned, I was at that place also. Okay, so there is nothing wrong. It is a valid, very legitimate kind of the reason. Okay. Oh, where is it? Okay, yes, root causes of them. Yeah. Okay, I'm here. I able to see my screen, right? Yeah. Okay, so root causes of these blocks, based on my understanding and whatever I could gather from conversation with Meeta as well, with respect to the topic that we are having today. Past experiences and traumas. For example, when you were growing up, when you were a child, what kind of past experiences you have had as a family, or the things that you have seen in your family, that is also something that contributes to certain kind of the root causes. And what happens is we are most of the times not aware about this. Okay, we say that, ye ho raha hai, this is happening in the now, but whatever is happening in the now has some connections with the past. So of course, try to understand that, yeah, that could be something from the past, whatever that memory, if you can bring back to and understand where is it coming from, become aware about it. That is one thing that I can share here. Past experiences or traumas, for example, for me, when I was a kid, when I was around 8 years or something, we also have gone through a family financial crisis at that time and completely bankrupt. Okay, so we had a very luxurious flat and all the luxury in our family, and completely the next month, the entire properties were gone. We were renting a home, and so much of like I've lived that kind of my childhood with just by the means, going by the means kind of, right? So that kind of experiences have also shaped up my money beliefs, money behaviors, right? So that also is very important to note it down. And sometimes it happens to you, it happens with others, and you have seen those things also. So it's not something that it has to have happened with you only. It can be other people, it can be other people's story also, that you have heard from, and in your family as well, whatever it could be. Deeply rooted unhealed fears, and these are the biggest ones. Okay, so fears and self-sabotaging patterns that I talked about has its roots with the deeply unhealed fears. So whenever you are having a self-sabotaging patterns, understand that whatever is in the goal, there is some kind of a fear that is stopping you to go towards that. So try to find out what kind of fears do you have which are connected to that patterns. For example, procrastination. So procrastination to achieve financial independence. So what kind of fears do you have? Whether it is a fear of success, fear of more responsibility, fear of more burden, fear of taking care of everyone, or fear of losing it. What kind of fears are there that is stopping you to have that particular goal that you are looking forward to? I hope everyone is clear. Give me a thumbs up, or otherwise ask me a question if not. Great. Hi, Shambhavi. Good to see you. Okay. Awesome. Now let's another limiting beliefs that we talked about, right? I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. I am not capable. I'm not smart enough. So identify what kind of limiting beliefs that are there, and that could be right now, or that could have incepted or created when, again, I talked about the past, right? It could have been something from the past that has been carried forward. Maybe related to this money topic, maybe related to something else kind of a topic also. For example, in marriage, or let's say if you were grown up in a family which is very conservative, where there is not much of a communication or conversations with your adults or the male people in the family, then you are going to have that kind of a belief that I cannot speak about money with my family members, isn't it? So understand, like, what is, it's not related to the money itself, but it was a general belief itself that I can't speak in front of the adults. I can't speak in front of my elders also. Right. So there is kind of that people pleasing again, and not vocalizing or not expressing your truth. Kind of the patterns are there. So limiting beliefs are there. Majorly, I'm not worthy. Whatever you have also shared during the in the chat as well. And with respect to money, I can't be successful. As you mentioned, I can't be a millionaire. Meeta has mentioned, I can't make more money. I can't save more money. I can't invest, all those kind of pieces. Lack of self-worth. Again, we were talking about that worthiness. So that comes into this also as a extension of it. Self-worth is something I want to say you cannot is so much deeply into connected with the emotions and the beliefs together. Okay. So people say that, yeah, if you have something like an affirmation, I'm worthy, I'm worthy, I'm worthy, it might not work. The reason being, because it is connected with the emotions, and that's what I've written in the last as well, negative emotions. So whatever kind of the negative emotions that might have been in your right now state of being or in the past, whether it is guilt, shame, jealousy, anxiety, whatever it could be, it has a very direct connection with the worth and self-worth. How can you put a worth or price to yourself, right? But that worth is not quantifiable worth that we are talking about. It is more about the quality-based worth that you feel within yourself. And it's that kind of intangible emotion, intangible confidence that one feels. And I can say for sure, because I've done the work, and I have seen that such a huge leap, which was absolutely kind of magnificent. Like it's mind boggling also, because right now I'm sharing it, I'm speaking it, but unless and until you experience it, it is something that I like, you might not be able to understand what I'm saying here. But when this negative emotions, limiting beliefs are not a part of your system, body, mind, both level, at that time, you feel such kind of worthiness. And that's very, very important. Okay, someone is not muted. Please help me out. Yes. Another reason is lack of security and safety. And money is so much connected, right? If we need to make at least ends meet kind of the money in our life, at least bare minimum amount that we have to make, and that is giving us a security, that is giving us a safety in our life. And there is an emotion connected to that also. There is a safety emotion. And this is something which is, if you understand or have understood the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, the basic one is on those physiological needs, and the second one is security needs, right? That is the insurances and everything. So those are very much important at the bottom of it. And that is also, as I mentioned about from my story, like if you have gone through such kind of an experience, then of course the safety and security is very, very important. And as a kid also, there are certain elements, I would say. There is an avoidant attachment style also when you are growing up, and attachment styles are there. So if you did not have that, then you are constantly looking for that safety and security, whether whatever it is, be it money, be it a spouse, be it a father, be it a friend, you need that. There is a need associated over here. And if there is not a security and safety within yourself, coming from within, then of course you are always going to have the validations or your worthiness connected with someone else's or some other thing. So for example, I had like connected with the self-worth itself. I associated my self-worth with so much of the label, status, or the money that I'm making. And that was a low self-worth, right? Lack of self-worth. And again, the lack of security and safety is also there with respect to the money and I would say, what is the example that I can give you, or anything that comes to your mind also, Meeta? When it is about the relationships or the family, if you are not safe in your family also, that is also reflecting into the money, and it becomes like a pattern or the opposite pattern where you are driving towards money more and more to gain that independence or to gain that security validation from the external resources. So I hope that is something. Yes, child not getting validation or support from the parent. That's what I was referring to, that you need to be safe, because a child is always needing that safety environment, right? As a mother, you know that you want your child to be safe, but that child, if not feeling that, then of course, when growing up, those are the patterns that are going to be shown up as well. Of course, the scarcity mindset is also one of the one, which is also stemming from the past experiences or any kind of the fears or limiting beliefs or negative emotions that are there, because it's a mindset only, it's a thinking process, right? But thinking process is always also emerging from the emotions that you are feeling right now. So just to give you an example, if I'm stressed right now, then I'm going to feel stressed. Number one, I'm going to feel breathless, but my thinking is going to be like, oh my God, what's going to happen? Oh my God, what if I fumble? What if something happens, right? So the emotions are connected with the thoughts as well, and the thoughts are connected with the emotions also. So it's a two-way process. One has to understand always. And that's where we are going to also go into the three tools that I'm going to talk. There is a connection also. These are the root causes. In a nutshell, your past traumas, your experiences, limiting beliefs, negative emotions, any kind of the self-worth, security, safety connected with that. And fears are the biggest ones for the self-sabotaging patterns. Any questions here? And please let me know if I'm going fast or slow, whatever is required. Yeah.
Yeah, so I wanted to ask you. So I have this, just in anger, my husband once told me that get out of the house, you know. And then few times we had this conversation where it was like, okay, even if you go, where will you go? You can't look after the kids. You don't have enough money. You can't educate them. So it just plays on my mind all the time, all the time. I just want to get out of it. So so you're going to be sharing the tools, right?
Few of the tools we definitely can, and we can come back to this at the end of the session as well, if that is not answered during that also. Definitely we'll take that, no worries. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing. Yeah. Okay, so moving forward now, one secret to overcome this blocks. Okay, so we talked about the blocks that are there, why they are happening. Now you understand, okay, there are fears, there could be limiting beliefs, that could be negative emotions that I'm experiencing. And because of that, these are the blocks. Now, what is the secret to overcome this? Okay, so with respect to money itself, I'm talking here, skills, strategy, and systems. So skills, of course, you need to get educated for the finances and the money management, of course, right? It's a skill that you have to take on, whatever form it could be, through the books, through the support of a coach, whatever the medium is. There needs to be a strategy, portfolio strategy, whatever you want to call it, like, yeah, how to manage your money, how to grow your money or build your portfolio. There is a strategy for each and every one, which is unique as well. Meeta does that also, right? And there are systems that we need to keep in the place, whether it's an automated system, SIPs, or with the advisors, or your own banking system, your budgeting systems. All these kind of things are required with respect to money management and financial independence. Am I right or wrong? Okay, right? Yeah. So what's the missing piece? What is there which is over here, right? And I want to say that it is your self-mastery. Simple. Everything is needed, 100%. You are learning it, you are doing it, you have the strategy and everything. Just like Archana mentioned, it is something within us, right? It's a self-mastery, mastery of your emotions, thoughts, behaviors that you need to achieve along with, so that it becomes like a proper cohesive kind of the output, isn't it? Everyone agrees, or does anyone have anything else to share. Because when you are confident, when you have the power, when you have the worth that you are looking forward to, everything is going to fall into place and you are going to exponentially take it into the next level, right? Yeah. Okay. So now we are getting into, I hope everyone is clear.
Any questions, any thoughts,
Yes.
everybody? Anybody wants to say something? What is self-mastery? Would anybody want to say what does Saraswati mean by self-mastery? Can anybody probably give an example of what do you think would require self-mastery? Of course, Saraswati will tell us from her perspective, but any initial thoughts from any of you?
So
Yes, I've
for
gone through
me,
very quickly, so please, yeah.
yeah, you were a bit fast, so but I could follow. But for me, self-mastery, I don't know, I thought it was about skills that I can manage a business, I can do this. Just that confidence that if I go anywhere, you leave me anywhere, I know I can take up any business, put in systems, make it efficient, and that gives me confidence. Is that what you're talking about, or what is it?
Yes, that is a part of the skills that you mentioned. It is having that confidence, right? It is having that skill, the knowing that you can absolutely do anything. Self-mastery is something where I'm referring to, especially with respect to the emotions mastery, right? When you are master of your emotions, they are not controlling you, but you are controlling them, and you are not and becoming a slave to those pieces also, like the thoughts, right? The negative thoughts, the self-talk sometimes happen where like, oh, I don't think so I can do this, or the fears that are there. When you do not have those things in yourself, when you are so much powerful with respect to becoming a master of your thoughts and emotions and your behaviors, inverted, absolutely in turn, then that's what I refer as the self-mastery, and it's a practice. Okay, it itself is a ritual, itself is a sadhana kind of a thing, where we say that कि हाँ वो एक दिन में तो नहीं आता है. It doesn't come in one day. It takes years and years of practice as well. It takes a healing and everything that we are talking about here also. It's that
That's
kind
what
of a
I'm
thing.
thinking.
Along with, yeah, it's along with all these three things that we talked about, right? Whenever you are going to go into the next level of success also, you are going to need the new skills, new systems, new strategies. Again, the new level of you becoming your own self-master as well. So that's what I'm referring to. I hope everything is clear here now. Yeah, thank you so much
Yeah,
for
We
bringing
lost
that
you,
up.
Saraswati.
Overthinking.
Have you muted yourself suddenly?
No,
can't
am
hear
I
you.
audible?
No, you're not audible.
Okay, Archana saying yes.
No.
Ronak
Yes,
I
is
can
saying
hear
yes.
her clearly.
Audible.
Okay,
Mm.
got it. Thank you. Yes, someone else was speaking.
Yes, I think it was, I mean, sometimes I find myself in situations of, I have all those three, but sometimes the overthinking, and I think as age has progressed, that whole thing of, I was so much no care attitude when I was younger, but as I'm growing older, I think maybe being more precarious, overthinking, second guessing myself. And I have to, like you said, it's when I say self-mastery, it's sometimes not up till now, I've not reached finance with that goal of mine, that sometimes I have to get myself into the present, tell myself that this is going to be okay, and that, I know this and I can do it, kind of thing. I have to literally tell myself that and set my brain into a focus. And then I kind of have to do it. It's a more aware, conscious effort that I put in sometimes. But this self-mastery is like that inner gut feel, that that confidence that will always tell me that, yes, okay, now you have to go forward and you have to do it. But I think it doesn't come so easily in some subjects that it comes in the others. Probably more where I feel now I'm so much more accountable for it, that I'm thinking, oh my God, will I be able to do this? Or I don't know it completely, or it's half knowledge yet. And when other people talk so much more on the subject, I'm thinking, I better keep quiet.
I'm so far away, right? Yeah, there's
Yes,
a
I'm
feeling
so
like
far away.
that.
But it's that overthinking. It's
Yes,
total
yes, got it.
doubt. Yeah, self-doubt.
Yeah, so overthinking, self-doubts are also called the self-sabotaging patterns only. And that's what we referred earlier. And that's what we were talking about as well. I refer here also that with the help of healing those emotions and the thinking processes, limiting beliefs, you become now, right now you mentioned about it's a conscious effort, right? What if that goes into effortless kind of the flow? That happens. That is the journey. That is the healing that I am talking about, and we'll see in the next phase PPT also. So I hope it gets cleared. Yes, awesome. Thank you. Anyone else would like to share or something say? Yeah.
Hello.
Yes, Ronak is here.
Yeah, I came across such blocks when we were doing, the session last month and last month, couple of months. So I think that most of the times we don't even realize there is a block. We feel that we have the skills, we have the systems, we have the strategy, but we have no idea what's blocking us. Thanks to you, I was able to come out of that, and it's working now. Yeah.
Oh, lovely to hear. Lovely to hear. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah. So, good. Now, 3 easy to follow tools to break free from these blocks. And I want to say and give a disclaimer as well before even talking about this. There are, whenever we are in pain, right? Let's say, and we go to the doctors, there are 2 things that is possible. One, either they are going to give you the pill to solve that particular problem as a fast solving solution, right? And the second is the entire treatment that is required for healing that one particular issue. Let's say, okay, brain tumor hota hai, so yes, you have to go through the surgery, but before that, they are going to give you some pain relieved medicines, right? So that is what is going to happen here. I'm going to give you some very quick pain relieving medicines, pills kind of the tools, but they are not the permanent solution tools. Okay, so just keep in mind as well as a reference. So the first one is values. Okay, now I'm going to stop the share also. Yeah, what do I mean by the values? Oops. What I want to do this, let's do this exercise together also. These are the very important parts. So I want you to write down 5 things that are valuable in your life. What do you value the most in your life? Write down those 5 things. Now evaluate your money spending, your money outflow with respect to these values. Where are they go? Where is your money going? Are they in alignment with the values that you have written? Or is it something else? Elsa, are you able to understand my question? Yeah, okay, yes. So see, value alignment, this is so much important in our life. We have certain values, we value relationships, we value family, we value freedom, time, travel, a lot of things. And on the contrary, our behavior with money is showing you some different picture, right? Out of 5, if you have 0 with respect to spending on those things, then of course there is an alarming kind of a thing, like awareness. Have that, like, okay, whatever I'm valuing, I need to invest into those things, right? And that is very, very important with respect to money, time, whatever that is for you. So that's like a very awareness based kind of the tool that I want to talk about here. And so tell me a little bit, like 3, 4, 5, how many of you have got something?
Anyone would like to begin?
You don't have to share what were the values or anything. Just give me a number. That's also fine. Okay. So keep it to yourself. You know what we did the exercise as well. Now, again, with respect to value and alignment. Whenever money is coming in or coming out, this is an awareness exercise that I want you to be more aware about and conscious about and practice it. So whenever money is coming in, whenever you are making money, close your eyes, take a 2-3 deep breaths and feel the emotion. What is it and where is it in your body? Okay, every time. Even if it is a 5 rupee, 10 rupee or 10 lakhs, whatever that is. Become aware about the emotion, feeling, and the emotion within your body. And in what part of the body that emotion, sensations is, and what kind of sensation is it? Is it a bubbly kind of it is a butterflies in the stomach? Is it a heavy, so whatever that is, the positive flow that is coming in, is it a big smile on your face? Whatever that is. Is it connected with your heart? Your heart feels like, oh my God, it's opened up. Now I can do so much. What is that? Right? So become aware about this as you are going to go forward. And the second exercise is about the spending. Okay. Yeah. So cash flow could be having the kind of a, you feel like a burden on your shoulder as well. That's also fine. Whatever that emotion is, whatever that feeling is. Okay. So become aware about it whenever it is coming in. Now do this exercise whenever you are paying the money out of your pocket, whether it is in cash, whether it is in digital, whatever that is. You are writing a check, anything. Close your eyes, and whenever you are doing this exercise, whenever you are spending, become aware about it. How am I feeling? And where do I feel this in my body? What's this emotion? What's this feeling? Is it an icky feeling? It's like you are contracting yourself. It's like a, oh my God, tensed feeling. It's like an anxiety or feeling like a stressed, oh my God, money is going out, money is going out. Right? So this is an awareness exercise, which is important. And now what we need to do is to keep this both emotions neutral. This is the final piece, okay? The more you are going to get into the neutral space whenever money is coming in and whenever money is going out, that is the state of being where you are not attaching your emotions with the money. Is everyone getting clear? And if someone wants to share their experiences, please. And if anyone has question, please share also. Yeah. So what we did, whenever money is coming in, become aware. Whenever money is going out, become aware where in your body that is feeling and what emotion, what sensations are there. And emotion as well, you can keep a name also, feeling joy, feeling stressed, whatever the name that you want to give. Sensations are something heavy or very stretched kind or contracted feeling or too much of pain or very stiff kind ofness or very free, very happy kind of a thing. Okay, so those are the sensations names. And the emotions names are different ones. The emotions that we feel happy, sad, hurt, guilt, whatever that is, right? And the exercise for you now onwards is to keep those two becoming more and more neutral rather than getting into those emotions. Okay, giving, whenever money is coming in or going out, try to make them becoming aware and just be there. So that's how you are going to make them neutralized over a period of time. The more you become aware about it, the more it will go into the neutralization space. Yes, Elsa.
My question was, how do I get into neutral space? I mean, if you say
Yes.
about the emotion, so okay, I don't mind sharing. I think for now I'm very carefree by mind. I'm about 47 years old. I think all my working career, when I took off, the only thought that in my head was, I mean, you're always told if you work, you're financially independent. Yes.
Mhm.
So that's a mindset as far as you're working and earning money. Yes, until and up until COVID, I was one of those that I used to earn. I used to always, better opportunities, yes, moved. But my spending habits, yes, for sure, they have everything to do with my past, my experiences, my environment, and they have definitely created what I am today. Up until COVID, I would walk into a shopping mall and never, bother. Accounts, expenses were never my thing. I would go buy whatever I want. And I have a supportive husband to the point of being, that sometimes you should have said, yes, stop. But okay, maybe I wasn't that far outbound. I don't know. But I was also very prudent once I have purchased something. That's a different matter. But having said that, COVID turned a lot of things around for me in terms of I really cannot walk into a shopping mall and stay for long now, because then I realized that I just don't need it. My life is fine without it. So that kind of attachment has gone away. But if I look at it, so now when I earn money, I still have that in me that, yes, I go out and kind of I'm on a breadwinner role right now. So it also put a different pressure through COVID and up till now on me, because now I know when the table turned, how it felt that if I just quit my job tomorrow, it's not, going to be as hunky-dory what I used to feel all these years. On the second aspect of it, when I spend my money, and especially when I don't know why, but it's always this feeling that, am I getting the value for money on it? And to a point and extent that I'm overthinking it. It's not that I don't have enough. And then sometimes like you said, awareness, but those awareness moments are so small that I'm thinking, should I even, depriving myself to say, maybe I don't need it. But it's this overthinking moment on spending that money. Sometimes, yes, I am able to try and bring that awareness that, or, I have to rationalize. And now I'm talking to my husband on it. And he's like, don't you think that's kind of, it's small, just don't think about it. So, weighing that aspect of it, because now I have, thanks to Meeta, come into this fray of getting involved into, yes, creating my own account, looking at my expenses and running that end of my home. But I still feel that I'm holding back, and it's weird. I mean, sometimes I think, do we make these frivolous expenses? But I'm not looking at the larger picture, is what I think. I should be looking at the larger picture. I should be growing that aspect of my mind, but it's not coming easy. So yes, how do I reach ground neutral? Is my
Yes,
question.
and so what is the emotion when you have this spending, as you mentioned? There's an emotion.
Yes,
there is
I
a
mean,
situation. Yeah. So what's the emotion there?
Yeah, I mean, for me, there is this, like I said, this uneasy feeling. And it's weird because
Discomfort.
all my life I used to just spend just like that and not care about it.
And where
That
is
was a
it
bad
in your
phase.
body? Where
And
do you
now
feel
it's
that?
like a palpitation. It's and it's and then it's kind of niggling at the back of my brain. I don't know why, but it's just troubling me. And it may not be always on huge amounts necessarily, but it's like maybe I'm either trying to overcompensate for what I did all these years, now having the sudden realization, or that I don't know. But I don't like that habit, because then I'm trying to correct some aspects of it. But then I don't like that habit, because now maybe I'm stopping my kid if I'm doing something, maybe right, maybe wrong. But yes, I do have that feeling when I'm giving away money that, did I do the right thing, or, holding myself back sometimes. But yes, definitely in my heart, and it's like a palpitation, and then it's in my subconscious. I can think for it hours later and still troubles me. I have no idea why.
Yes. Got it. Yeah. So of course it is in the body as well. And neutralizing, of course, it's a practice over a period of time. You will be able to gain that, but it's a very beautiful thing that there is an awareness right now, right? You have been aware about what's been happening when you are overthinking and spending and everything. And in the next two tools also, I'm going to talk about limiting beliefs as well. When I'm talking about the neutralizing, yes, it is a practice. The more you are becoming aware and sit with it, I'm not saying that do anything. Okay. Don't try to keep it away or don't try to bring it in. Just sit with it. So what does a neutral position is? As it is. It is not leaning here. It is not leaning here. Right. So the more you are just, whenever that is happening, maybe this is also the breathing technique that we do as well. Try to calm yourself, not calm yourself, but just focus on your breath and sit with that emotion. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Diane. Thank you. So sit with that emotion as long as you can. Okay, that's it. And over a period of time, it will improve. And as I mentioned, these are like the pills, not the final treatment solutions. So this happens with me also sometimes. Okay, I'm not saying that it is, I'm also exceptional with this. Certain times where there is a lot going on in the house and in our life as well, in my life, then at times, yeah, I also feel that in kind of the anxious moment or something. And then I have to just take a pause and sit with me, and then let that emotion get into the neutralization. And it also happens over a period of time. But the awareness is very important, because the money does not like this up and down energy. Okay, that's the secret. So the more you go up, the more you go down. It does not like that. That's why we want to come into the neutral as much as possible. पहले इतना था, चलो इतना लाओ, इतना लाओ, इतना लाओ, as much as possible. So that's really very, very important, because the money needs consistency. And when it does not have the consistency in your emotions, it is going to go out and come in, go out, come in. And that's where we want to have that. So these are kind of the energetics field that I'm talking about, vibrations and frequency and all. From that perspective, I hope it is not too much advanced, but hope makes sense. Okay, definitely will definitely take any questions further away as well. Okay. So value alignment, and along with your body awareness with respect to money coming in and going out. Now the second one is identity. Identity, and VI, okay. Identity. So what are the most limiting beliefs are like? I am not worthy. I am not capable. I cannot be successful. I am, right? So I want us to do this exercise right now, the same way we did. Write down 3 limiting beliefs that you have, what you are thinking about yourself, whatever that is, negative ones, negative meaning or limiting beliefs, that is what you have. And we are going to turn that into something. And if you like, yes, you can also share in the chat. That would also help. And this is a very good exercise that you also can do with your kids, okay? Anyone. This is really powerful. Now, if you have written 3 ones, just let me know. Now I want you to turn this limiting beliefs, which are I am not statements or I cannot or whatever that is, into a problem statement. Meaning, I am not smart enough is a limiting belief. Now we are going to convert into a problem statement, meaning I do not have the skills which are smart enough. Do you see the difference? I am to I do not have. Okay. So what, if you can give me an example of any limiting beliefs, then it will be, I can be able to help you.
So let me say it, like I feel sometimes that I'm not a good at talking, good at communication.
So same, I also had that. So very much resonating. Okay. I'm not good at communication. Now we want to make it a problem statement. I do not have the communication skills. Right? I didn't do this. Maybe though I did, maybe the other person did this. Okay. Okay. I did not do this. Maybe the other person did it. I'm not able to clearly understand. I cannot express myself. I'm okay. Perfect. So I do
even
not
that
have.
I give a
Yes,
suggestion to somebody at work and I say, you know, this is a problem, solve it like this, do it like this. And then later on, they portray it that they did it. I start doubting myself. Maybe I didn't do this. Maybe he only got that idea. And I can't
Okay, so
speak
the
up for
limiting
myself.
belief is yes, I cannot express myself, right? Then we want to turn that into a problem statement. I do not have the skills to express myself. So identity is this particular container that you have, right? You are the identity. Now, when you are creating a problem statement, you are taking it out of your identity, that it is a possession. It is something that you own. I do not have the communication skills. I do not have the success, right? So it's not, I am not successful. I am the purest soul, purest form of the human spiritual being. There is nothing wrong with me. Everything is outside me. So what we are doing is, we are taking something inside of us and keeping it out. Let's say this is a mobile. Then I made this myself as sticking it to myself. I'm not worthy, right? This became like my sticker. I now want to take it away and keep it like, I do not have the skills or the resources to make myself worthy. Simple. So we are keeping it aside. We are taking it out. And this is the same exercise that you can do with kids also, because they also do this, right? We are unconsciously wiring ourselves with such kind of words and statements that I am not a good cook, or I'm not a good driver, or I'm not capable of doing this. So why are we making this? You just don't have the skills. You don't have the resources, or you don't have something that is going to make you that particular identity, isn't it? Right? So that is very, very key and important to understand with respect to money also, that, okay, I'm not a successful business person, but you just have to turn it into a problem statement. And then I'm going to talk about the third step as well, that I do not have the skills to make my business successful yet. I want to add a yet as well, because it is going to happen. It's not something that is finite right now. Okay. Now we want to turn that problem statement into a solution statement, that I am learning the communications strategies or skills to be a better communicator. I'm learning, okay? I'm learning, or I am working on it. No worries, Priya. Thank you so much for being here. We want to turn that into a solution. So as Nita's case, right? I am going to learn, or I am going to incorporate, or I'm going to read a book on communication to make myself a better communicator. That's it, right? And as you mentioned about, I cannot express myself, so I do not have the skills to express myself. I'm learning to express myself. That is also enough. I'm improvising my expressions. Simple. So you want to turn that limiting belief into problem and then into a solution statement. Yes, please.
So this is a constant. So I honestly shared this, say, with my husband, that, you know, I'm not able to communicate. It's very difficult for me. So it's a constant thing. It's like, you know, you just don't know how to communicate. You can't communicate, right? You just don't communicate. So that just brings me down all the time. I just feel so suppressed. I'm like, God, I can't.
Yeah.
And he's telling me I can't. So that just becomes a cycle. How does one just get out of it?
Yeah, so do this exercise with the same thing, what we did here. If someone is telling you from the external, okay, fine, it is not your limiting belief, it is someone else's, which is imposed on you, then also the same thing happen. The same thing is applicable. When someone is telling me that you cannot, you don't know how to communicate or you cannot communicate well, then you have to tell yourself that I'm learning to communicate. And every day you are learning, isn't it? Every day you are becoming aware about it, and you are consciously, unconsciously are going to take some kind of the changes that are going to make difference over a period of time. You do not have to accept someone else's beliefs. That is their belief. Understand that also. A lot of times we are imposed with other people's beliefs and their perceptions also. It is their perception. Release yourself from other people's judgments and perceptions, from your energy also. Okay, because I know I have been raised in that way also. We have taken up all the high achievers, high performer women are here. So we all can relate to that, right? When a husband or father or children also tell us like, Mama, you can't do that. You are not this, right? So how does that make us feel? Then we just have to remind ourselves, okay, is this mine? Is this who I am? No, it is what he thinks. It is what he believes. That's not my belief. So you have to become a little bit aware here and there, and then automatically you will see the change also. Okay, because when we are changing and we are making ourselves positive, automatically those projections are going to go out, and that kind of a miracle happens. I've seen that in my family. Okay, so it's not something woo-woo, it happens. Yeah.
Sounds
So
great.
become aware about that as well. When you don't have to take on anyone else's beliefs about you. This is the biggest problem that we all have, be it male or female, does not matter, but that happens in families and corporates also, right? Boss ne aapko bol diya kya? You are not a good employee. No, that does not make anything less of me, apart from good employee. It is his belief. That is what he sees. That is what his perception is. Everyone sees the world with the perspective of what their beliefs and mindset and psychologies are, based on their own experiences and their own traumas and their own limiting beliefs. Understand that. And that when you are going to get healed over a period of time, you will see so much of this. So much of this. That log apna, they are projecting their own traumas. I just say this only. I just say this to myself. Nothing is wrong with me. They are only projecting their own traumas and their own challenges and issues.
It's a fact, right, Saraswati?
Yeah, it is.
Right? It's everybody, whoever is saying whatever, it's their belief about the other person, and that comes from their own traumas, which is so true.
Yeah.
Something deep which is there within them, which is causing. And the moment you kind of say that, you distance yourself from that person and say, that's not me, that's that person. And it's really therapeutic, because then you take ownership of yourself and say, listen, but that's not me. You might be thinking that is me, but that doesn't qualify it for me being like that. And that's okay. Feel what you feel about me, but doesn't care. I don't care anymore. I think we all reach a state, and I think that's what is beautiful. So thank you for that, Saraswati. Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you so much, Saraswati.
Thank you.
That was really relieving.
So good to hear. So good to hear. Yeah. By the way, I know we have passed the time, but of course, I want to take the third and a little bit more, 15-20 minutes, if that's okay with everyone. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. Third one, which is power of one. So I called it for you to keep it very easy, VIP. Okay. Values, identity, and power of one. Okay. Now let's talk about that power of one. So it's very simple. Practical things are very important also. Sab kuch dimag aur dil se to nahi chalta hai. The world does not work in that way, right? With our thoughts, emotions, and awareness and everything, action is also required. So power of one that I refer here is with respect to that kind of the discipline that is also needed to overcome these money blocks over a period of time, as well as taking healthy habits, which is, of course, the Moolah Meeta's mission is on that, right? She is creating that financial empowerment for the women, and that is with the help of the actions that women can take, right? But still, Sometimes if you are not able to take those actions, then use this as a power of one. What is, just I'm prompting some questions for you. If you can write it down, that's also fine. If you can remember, that is also fine. What is that one thing that I'm struggling right now? Ask yourself this question with respect to money, okay? Or you can keep it as a bracket for anything. What is that one thing that I'm struggling with right now? And what's that one step that I can do to overcome this? Simple. What's that one step that I can do to overcome this today? And ask this question every single day. So for example, if I'm saying that I am not good with right now, I don't have the skills to do budgeting, then I'm going to ask myself, what is that one thing that I can do right now? Maybe I will say that, okay, I can connect with Meeta. I can talk to another person. I can go on online and Google how to budget, watch a YouTube video, or pick up a book or anything. So pick that one thing, power of one, very small, big, does not matter. Just pick that one thing and do it every single day. So budgeting liya hai maine, if I've taken that one, then I'm going to take one thing, maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes, half an hour, does not matter. Just take that one step towards that. Okay, because that is also important along with your healing and journey, whatever the blocks that we want to remove. It is important to walk the walk as well, right? So that is like a power of one, creating your own discipline, whatever that looks like. Maybe you are not saving right now. If the struggle is right, I am not able to save right now, then make a point that, okay, every single day I'm just going to save 5 rupees or 10 rupees or 100 rupees. Keep that kind of consistency, keep that kind of discipline, whatever that looks like for you. So I know we are coming from different diverse backgrounds and habits and everything, but I hope that this particular power of one is making a sense for you. And just go out in a way, like brainstorm that one thing. जैसे मैंने कहा, connect with a friend, ask a neighbor, just pick up a phone and just call that policy person or the advisory or whatever that is. Connect with Meeta, Instagram pe jao, kuch bhi karo, but just do something about it. Just don't sit idle on that. Okay, so that's the kind of a thing. VIP, values alignment, body awareness, and identity that we talked about, from identity, limiting beliefs, to the positive problem statements, and from problem statements to solution statements or positive statements that we want to keep. And this is the power of one, that you are doing it every single day. I hope that is clear for everyone. Any questions here? Okay, cool. So this were the pills that I have given you. But now it is about, let's say, if you want to create the long-lasting results with the limiting beliefs and negative emotions that we talked about, anger, fears, whatever those could be, and achieve the financial freedom, healing the roots of the things that we talked about, the past traumas and experiences that I'm just going to share a little bit about it using the HAA framework that I've developed. And that is connected with the neurosomatic healing therapy. So just giving you a brief what it is and why and how it works, okay? So neurosomatic healing therapy is a behavioral model itself, which uses the body and mind connection that we saw here right now. And from the both, it is removing those emotions, limiting beliefs, and everything, okay, to change and create the better behavior. And what is happening here? Limiting beliefs, the fears, negative emotions, or anchors from the past, or the strategies that are there for the self-sabotaging patterns. Okay, and in the values level also, those are also very different, but we are operating from that particular state. And why? Because we have unwanted emotional patterns, which maybe have stemmed from childhood or early on, whatever that could be. Behavioral patterns, 11 human needs that are unmet, and trauma response patterns. So sometimes if you are getting triggered, be aware about it also. Okay. Sometimes what happens, I remember in 2023, before doing the healing, whenever I used to read some kind of a content, I used to get triggered. And it was a very, like, if you are aware about the exercise that we did, right, with the body, like there is something happening which is not good, which is not comfortable for us. And that is something, become aware about it and try to find the solution for that. That's what my recommendation is, whether it is with me or any other therapy or any other solution that you find. Okay, nothing like that. And yes, I have offerings, free plus paid. What I offer, I have a free WhatsApp community. I have some free resources, masterclasses and ebooks, masterclass like this, online workshops that I'm planning on, group programs, Spark Your Inner Joy, in-person transformational retreats is going to happen in the next second half, and one-on-one quantum transformational coaching therapy that is with me. Okay, so these are some of the ideas. If you want to connect with me, then yeah, please just reach out to me on Instagram, or even if you are on WhatsApp, then I'm there. And yeah, thank you so very much. Connect with me on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And now let's take the question answers. Yes.
Thank you, Saraswati. This was really nice. I think each of us, if we can do even these small things that you've said, you know, the 3 tips that you've given us, is going to make it's going to start making a difference. I'm not going to say none of us are going to heal in a day, like like you said, but it will create a shift in us. And I think that itself is very beautiful. I love that action bit of it, that do that one thing every day. Pick it up and say that, what am I doing to change myself or taking away my emotion? That's beautiful. So any questions, ladies? Suhana is here, Elsa, Archana, Malini, Kirti, my mom is here. Any questions you have, please feel free to ask.
So
Yes,
for a
yes,
long-term healing, Saraswati, what do you recommend?
long-term healing of what?
For this kind of blocks, and constant thinking. So once my husband told me this, get out and you don't have enough money, I just stopped spending. I behave like a miser. I have money. It's not that I don't. I just can't spend it. I buy these cheap clothes from the streets. When I go to India, I just don't shop. And I used to really buy brands and, dress up, and I just don't. I'm being so cheap, I tell you. It's silly.
Okay. So yes, the number one thing, as we talked about, try to reframe that with respect to something positive as a solution statement also.
I think scarcity mindset it is, and we have to change our mindset, isn't it? Money beliefs and all.
Yes. So of course, the key is to heal the mindset is absolutely one big piece of it. It works based on where you are. I want to say that rather than saying yes or no, but based on where you are. For example, in my case, I have had so much of PTSD coming out at the end, like last year in 2023, where it reached almost at this level. Then mindset was not working for me. Okay, every exercise, every kind of the mindset reframing work that I did was not sticking it. So it was doing it for a little bit. हाँ 1 महीना हो गया 6 महीने हो गए, that's okay, fine, then it comes back. So patterns, so identify the patterns, right? Overthinking is a pattern. I also used to have that a very big time. 18 months procrastination in my business was because of that overthinking pattern. Simple. Because so much overthinking is happening, planning is happening, but action is not happening. So that's a pattern, right? So that is something.
Yes.
You have to understand where it becomes pattern. एक circle हुआ, but वापस आया, then it becomes pattern. Otherwise, it's gone, isn't it? If it is coming back and back and back, then you have to realize that, yeah, it is a pattern. And that means that I need a deeper help. Means that there are now the wounds, emotional wounds or traumas or this negative emotions are overpowering me and my behaviors. And as you mentioned, the patterns, overthinking pattern ho gaya, scarcity wala behavior ho gaya, like you start not to, I want to say, like not having the joyful moments for yourself, rather than you listen to that particular statement and then it overcame your own behavior, right? So for that, the healing is very, very important at the roots, where it is the emotions, okay? Wherever they are lied, 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 emotional wounds जहाँ पे भी है, wherever that has happened, limiting beliefs, wherever they have started with, what is the inception point of that, वहाँ पे जाके हमें उसको heal करना होता है. And that is the journey. And based on, like, when I'm doing the work, it is happening within 3 months. Okay, so Ronak was the patient, was the client also. So we worked during the 3 months, and it's been like a quantum leap for him also. Okay, so that's not something that we have to spend 1 year or 3 years in the therapy. This is a very rapid therapy, long-lasting therapy. I have healed in 2023, right? And still, since March, I have not had any anxiety attack or any kind of the stress or any kind of the emotions within my body. So I've healed it completely from that perspective. So you mentioned about the anger also, right? So those are the negative emotions that are there.
How do you heal that scarcity mindset? Actually, it comes, as you said, in between.
Yeah.
Because we need to be practical with in case of money, right? So sometimes it is real, right? Money issues are real, and we have not we are not free of, I mean, money independence, that is freedom from what is that?
Financial freedom.
we have
Yeah.
not obtained. That's why
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that has to be done in order to cross this fear or this scarcity mindset, isn't it, Nita or Saraswati ji?
Yes. Yes. 100%. See, right, when till the time we have healed these emotions and negative beliefs, right, limiting beliefs, we are always taking the decisions from that wounded place.
But
Understand
still,
that.
But still,
And
it
that
takes
is the cause of that
practical
scarcity
actions,
mindset
right?
itself.
Yes.
That is the scarcity mindset,
You
because
know what,
now your fears.
here, some of these things are so deep seated, and the problem is it's also social conditioning, and that's the way the whole in society has made it out to be for women, where they feel that cringe always. You know, you've been made to feel, you've been given such limited amount of money that, and you have to work on that, that you start feeling scarce in yourself, that oh, I can't, it's not
Yes.
possible. Like,
Yes.
even if for you, you know, Archana, a question like this is coming that my husband said leave, you know, if you were at a confident space, you would have not felt that, but the
Yes.
trauma would be even deeper of something else which made you feel that, oh my god, what he's saying is so real, you know. And that, why did it hit you, is something not because what he said, but probably because the trauma was coming from something much before that. So
Yes.
I think, you know, I mean, we are all wounded people somewhere, because, you know, it's come and it's brought us to this level from a very young age. There have been lots of things which have been said to us, which we internalize in our systems and start believing that that's what we are, and then we start acting from that space. And I think the moment, the first realization is, like Saraswati said, distance yourself from that realization that I'm not that person. I am something different from that person. I believe that I'm an abundant person, but I'm being made to feel that mindset because of this reason. So identifying that problem itself, like Kirti, for you also identifying the problem, that I'm not a person who wants to be cringed, but I am feeling cringed because of a circumstance, right? So if that circumstance is changed, then my feeling would be different. And correct me, Saraswati, if I'm wrong on this, but I think the whole idea is distance yourself from that feeling, and in your being start feeling a little bit more abundant, start feeling your energy should be positive, and you have to always exude good energies, despite the fact that everybody will try and push you down, because that they are coming from their traumas, they're coming from their learnings or whatever their systems are. But we are different, right? We might have been, I mean, somebody is sucking us. It's, if it's a diamond, if somebody's pushing on the diamond and, you know, pushing it, diamond doesn't say that, listen, now I'm going to become charcoal or a piece of shit because a piece of shit has been thrown on me, right? I'm still a diamond, right? It's just that I've been covered by shit put by other people, but I'm still a diamond. So I think that belief has to be there that I'm that diamond. I'm going to shine.
Somewhere we don't believe in ourselves. That's why we believe in what they give, right?
We don't have to accept every bullshit that everybody gives us.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Right? And people continue to give you bullshit because they love to give you bullshit. Because that makes you feel powerful. To
Yeah,
create
actually,
your own
they
power, you
even,
put others down. It's
yeah,
always
even if
how
other,
do you become powerful? Make other person feel stupid, and then you become more powerful. But you have to
yeah,
take the power back in your own hands. You
yes,
just have to say that I am powerful. Remember, I don't know when we were kids, we used to remember this He-Man and all say, I am the power. It's like just say I am the power to yourself and say bullshit to you whenever somebody says something. Saraswati, sorry for sabotaging this from you, but yes, please continue.
actually,
No,
more than
perfectly fine.
anybody
Yeah.
else, we sabotage ourselves through our own. I mean, yeah, our own inner critic or inner uh, old beliefs. They are doing, not other people. I would say, right?
Yes.
100%.
So what happens is there are like how the process is, of course, it's a deeper science. That's why the session was not something that where I could talk about this, but giving you a gist, there are so many factors, about 8 to 11 factors. They are controlling our mind. Okay. Mind-body connection. There are external things, memories, the values, the traumas, uh, the experiences, the stories, the beliefs, the emotions. A lot of things are going to come and become a part of your own psychological reaction. Okay, because they are getting fed into you. For example, आपने जैसे बताया कीर्ति जी कि yes, scarcity mindset. So it's not just one mindset. Right. It's now you are able to identify that as a scarcity mindset, but it has all these things connected with it, and it had been fed into from different times or different situations from different people. And there is something like the negative emotion that has created like a cringy feeling or whatever that is, or anger or whatever, frustration or stress. And there is a limiting belief that I'm not good enough, or I'm not worthy, or I cannot spend, or some kind of a thing, right? And whenever like these two pieces, whenever they are going to be there, unless and until you are healing this piece, all other things are going to be affecting you no matter what. They are not going to go out. This is the piece that needs to be opened out and healed. Then everything goes away. So that is at the roots that we are talking about. So far, we have been treating our symptoms. We have been treating our branches, right? We are not treating the roots that are needed. जो वहां पे ही खराब हो गया है, उसी को अगर हम नहीं करेंगे तो पेड़ कैसे अच्छा बनेगा, right? कैसे अच्छे fruits आएंगे उसमें. So that is the thing. And as you mentioned about कि हाँ, as Meeta also mentioned about Archana, and I also want to share this story because a similar thing had happened with me. During 2017, when we were going through financial crisis, my mother has had psychiatry treatment and everything, and she had anger episodes. Okay, so one day when I was coming out from to home, and she was in her anger episode, and she said that I don't want you inside my home. Okay, my father was not there. She did not let me enter into home, and I had to stay to my uncle's home then. But that particular situation triggered something from my childhood, and that incepted that kind of a thing. So it's not कि आपके childhood traumas नहीं होते हैं, but unless and until they are getting triggered to that level where now things are going to come out. So you have to be more aware and cautious about it, because of course it's a mental health kind of a situation, and I want to be very sensitive about this topic because I've gone through, my parents have gone through. That's why this is something very near and dear to me as working on this field also. Okay, so I understand when you are talking about certain things, and if you wish to talk to me also, more than happy to have a complimentary one-on-one breakthrough session. Why it is happening, what's happening, where is it coming from, please reach out. No obligation kind of a call. Okay, so be aware about that. Okay, that is going to get you into more negative spiral. क्योंकि जितना भी हम पॉजिटिविटी थ्रो करेंगे, इट इज ऑलवेज गोइंग टू गो आउट लाइक दिस. इट विल नॉट सस्टेन एट सर्टेन लेवल. जब वो इतना बड़ा टॉपिक मतलब बहुत बड़ा बाहर आ जाएगा, उसके बाद कुछ भी पॉजिटिव डालोगे, माइंडसेट करोगे, इट विल नॉट वर्क. And that's been my experience. That's why. And I've seen with everyone, like Ronak also. So he's been very good, very all practical things, everything is there. But unless and until you heal those pieces within, certain things are always going to be not in alignment of who you are actually.
You
Yeah.
know,
How
Saraswati,
do we get your
Oversharing, so
contact?
please apologies.
like
Yeah,
that.
sorry.
Saraswati, you had said this earlier to me also, I remember. And you said you have to heal from within. जब तक तुम वो अंदर से heal नहीं हो जाओगे ना, कुछ भी अच्छा नहीं लगेगा. Nothing will come out of it, you know. It's so true. So that, you know, I mean, we might keep saying very good things about ourselves, but if we are hurting inside now, we are hurting inside.
Yes.
Somewhere we are deeply
Very
hurting.
rightly said. Yeah, hurting.
You know, and that has to come out. That hurt. उसको सरस्वती had given me an example कि अगर तुमको चोट लगी है और तुम उसको, you know, अगर उसको स्क्रैच हल्का सा भी करोगी तो वो फिर दुखेगी. जब तक वो पूरी हील नहीं हो जाएगी वो दुखती रहेगी. जरा सा कुछ छूओगे वो heal, it'll hurt you again. जरा सा छूओगे it'll hurt you again. So you have to get healed. Otherwise,
you can't ignore it and cover it. Yeah, very
Yeah,
true.
band-aid solutions नहीं करना है, permanent
नहीं होगा.
solution करना है.
True, true.
I say this. Yeah.
So
I
how do
hope
we
that-
get your contact details, Saraswati?
Yes, okay. So let me share in chat if that's okay. And Meeta also has it. No worries.
of course, Saraswati, I know Saraswati for 4 years now.
Yes, 20.
And of which I have worked extensively with her. I am in love with her. So anyway, so I you know, she was my business coach for 6 months. Otherwise, also for anything, she's like my piece of you know, my go-to person for anything I want help on, because she's a very sorted human being. Of course, because of her own life journeys. That's Saraswati's number. Please reach out to her if you have any of
So
your
WhatsApp me. This is my WhatsApp number. You can reach out to me. And of course, as I mentioned, free one-on-one session. If anything anyone need, it would be my pleasure to serve you as well. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Saraswati.
Okay. And on the last note, I want to share this Google form just to get your feedback. If you feel like, yes, how has it been your experience, and to be in touch with you also. So if you can fill it out and let me know how was your experience, then I would be really happy. Simple. Thank you. Thank you so much, Meeta, as well. Thank you,
for your
Ashna,
time.
Elsa,
You lovely
everyone.
ladies. Thank you for being here. And I hope this session was useful for you and gave you some ideas
Thank
on
you.
how to heal yourself. Thank you
It's
so
a
much.
beautiful session. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. All
Thank
of you.
you.
Thank you. Thank you, all of you. And have a brilliant Friday. And
Weekend.
yeah, enjoy
And a
yourself.
good weekend ahead.
So much.
Thank you.
Have a
Thank you.
wonderful time. Take care.